right, let's move to the eight. Here we go. We were going division, UConn. Now here's the Minshew Magic division.
The best
right?
division in football.
AFC South. All 4 teams 2-2. Texans, Colts,
Love it.
Jaguars, Titans 2-2.
Love it. Who you want me to
Texans.
start with? Who you want me to roast first?
Your team.
Who you want me to roast first?
Honest. Tell us what's going on with the Texans. Good and bad.
Typical Texans football, man. Coach doesn't know what the hell he's doing. We're in position to win a lot of these games. How the hell? I'm gonna move this mic away because I know it's gonna peak. How do you lose to the Panthers with Kyle Allen? He couldn't even play at U of H.
Kyle Allen's looking good though.
It's ridiculous, man.
Tom Brady couldn't win the starting job at Michigan, and he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Mark my words, Kyle Allen is not gonna be starting anywhere. He's not gonna be starting anywhere. He's not that great. Sorry, Kyle.
He's looking good though. He's looking good. He's not great.
The Texans find a way to somehow. Not only are the Panthers not even a good team to begin with, but they don't even have Cam Newton. We find a way to lose the freaking Panthers. Our other loss was against the Saints, a game where we should have won. If we didn't, we could easily be 3-1. We should really, honestly, we should be 4-0. We should be 4-0.
Yeah.
But because our coach doesn't know what he's doing, we're 2-2. And it just so happens to be that these other teams in the division, turns out they're not necessarily as bad as we initially thought they'd be at this point.
Damn, Ollivander coming in hot with the stats.
Dude Johnson's yards per carry. Yeah. They won't give him. And even the running plays that we do, man, half the running plays we do are right up the middle for no gain. Even now, with Lamar, I don't understand why we don't change it up a bit in the running game. I feel like sometimes we're just running the same play.
Doesn't it all kind of fall back though on the main struggles with that team though?
O-line.
With the O-line that Watson is having to run for his life every play.
You would think after we ruined David Carr's career that, hey, you know what? Next time we get a franchise quarterback, how about we protect him? We did a decent job of protecting Schaub. Schaub was he barely moved in the pocket. We were relatively able to protect him, but for some reason, now that we have another great quarterback, we're like, hey, well, now we will never know if David Carr was great or not. But now that we have a great franchise quarterback, we're like, you know what would be, you know what? Let's just have him. He's a mobile quarterback. Let's allow him to show off his mobility every single play.
Mobility and get hit every play. There was a guy on the radio. This is like 2 weeks ago. Now I can't even think of it. It was a national guy because it was later at night. And when they were playing the national guys, and he went on like a 20-minute rant about offensive lines in the NFL, how teams don't build offensive lines anymore.
Crazy.
And the teams that actually do are the teams that have been winning over the last few years. Is how somehow that is a lost art in front offices, is building an offensive line. They think that if they just put the specialty players in place, that everything else will fall in place. No, none of that's going to work if the front line isn't good, you know? So.
Yep. Ollivander, I still think we're going to win the division. But how far we go after that is stunted so badly with the fact that we have just a terrible offensive line, and I don't think that Bill O'Brien is ever going to win a Super Bowl as the head coach. Like, I can't imagine honestly, unless something falls onto his lap. And he's already had players like J.J. Watt, Hopkins, Watson, Clowney. But you saw Clowney have a one-handed interception to return it for a touchdown in Seattle.
In all fairness, though, that's all that he's done in Seattle. He's kind of been he's disappeared.
Texans sure could have used those 7 points. We sure could have used those 7 points.
I know that.
6.
First of all, Tex, don't even. We're 3-1. Y'all are 2-2. By laws of numbers, we're better. So don't. Just don't. Do you want my honest opinion? Who's going to win that division?
I bet you think it's the Jaguars, don't you?
Jaguars, baby. Minshew magic, baby.
Minshew magic isn't going to last forever.
It is.
It is. He ain't that good. Well,
first of all, if he is good,
he ain't that good.
He's making the plays he's making shows he's good.
Same sort of thing Baker was doing last year.
Ed Baker was the number 1 overall pick. So like this guy was undrafted, like didn't even think he was gonna even get a shot at
It's a
all.
flash in the pan. Question. Okay, when does Foles
Sheesh.
comes back? Is he coming back this year?
Yeah, yeah, he's coming back this year, but
So what if he
will
comes
they
when
give
he
him
comes
that
back?
job though?
Yeah, are they going to hand him the keys? Or are they going to keep with Minshew? Is it going to depend on the record? That's what I'm
Eh,
curious about.
I feel like it should totally where they need to look at where they're at. They don't need to think about how much money we have invested in Foles. They need to see where they're at as a team and make that decision.
I agree.
Because if they're setting their that's the record looks decent and all that, man, keep him. Called him a bootleg Baker Mayfield. Maybe it's the
100%.
other way around.
It is not the oh
They're
my
no,
gosh,
they're
you
different.
are
They're
you
no,
are
they're
riding
different
the
quarterbacks
Minshew
though.
wave. Who'd they beat last
They're
week? Who'd they beat?
they beat the oh shoot, who the heck did they beat?
What bum ass team did they beat?
They beat the Broncos, right? I
Okay,
think.
so
Yeah, they beat the
we
Broncos.
can categorize beating the Broncos as similar to beating the Bengals or the Dolphins. So
Well, they kept
let
it
me
close against
see
the Chiefs.
let me
Minshew
see
did.
Minshew lead the team to a few more wins. Let's see him get a winning record. Then I'll be worried. I ain't worried right now.
He could definitely be a Ryan Fitzpatrick type. I can see that. He's got some sauce, though. He's playing good enough to where, let's say, the Jaguars say, you know what, we paid Foles. Foles is our guy. You're the backup now. Where I could see a team saying, no, next year we want him. You know, I think he's played good enough to where a team will say we want this guy to be, and it could be the Jaguars say this is our starter. You know, he's good though. He's good.
He does have that little it factor. Like
Yeah.
he has that presence, which is really important in a quarterback. I don't see it leading him to the playoffs this year. I think the
Nah,
Texans
I
are
don't
still
think
going
so
to win.
either.
I think as much as I trash the Texans, and rightfully so, the division is so weak that we're probably going to win the division. I would assume. I'd like to say.
Colts 2-2.
Not
Good for
worried.
them.
Yeah, good.
Good for the.
That's good that they've been able to, like, they haven't looked completely out of their element without Andrew Luck, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, and the team, none of the teams, honestly, the Titans, the Colts, the Jags, none of them are just horrible scrub teams. Like, they can all beat any team any given Sunday.
I think that's a division that's going to come down to like the last week or two before we know who wins that division, because I
And
think all those teams are going to be in the mix.
that's why I'm incredibly glad we were blessed with a win against the Jaguars. We got
Yeah.
absolutely blessed in that.
Yeah. Here's the problem again with the Texans. You've got Watson throwing passes to no-name receivers and tight ends when they have Hopkins, Fuller, Stills, and Kiki. It's just true, Lags. It's just true.
I just want us to win, man. Win one for me, man. The only hope I have right now is the Astros with that bye. We're gonna have to start talking playoff baseball pretty soon.
Astros.
We got
Astros
that
looking
bye.
pretty good.
We got that bye.
There's
We're
a
winning.
wild
We're
card
bringing it
game
back.
going on right now.
We're
Wild
bringing
card
it
game's going
back.
on right now.
We're bringing it back to Houston.
Yeah. Didn't Stills get hurt? That was a good pickup for. Did he get hurt?
I believe he did. I don't know how serious the injury was.
Yeah. Titans, the last team in that division. I feel like the Titans are the Titans. They're decent, but they also know how to lose games. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Titans are the Titans, man. Mariota, number 1 overall pick, not that great, I don't think. He's a Baker Mayfield. He's a Kyler Murray type.
Dude, if Kyler Murray has the type of career that Mariota had, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like, you know what? That is above expectations of what a lot of people thought of him. So